even when you're winning. Today, we find out that Michael Penix, maybe that surgery, maybe that injury, a little bit worse than originally thought. You guys potentially moving on from Kirk Cousins in the offseason and are going to be needing to be looking for a starting quarterback because of where that injury and that progress is going to be for, of course, Michael Penix. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man, just feel terrible listening to the news that came out today. And I'm just interested to see where this is coming from. This is nothing that we've heard Raheem Morris talk about, potentially moving on from Michael Penix or looking elsewhere at the quarterback position. So real interesting to see what other details come as the week progress. But nonetheless, man, to the injury, man, it's heartbreaking, right? We invested so much, of course, a top 10 pick in last year's NFL draft, Michael Penix 8th overall. The potential was there. There was teams clamoring for the services of Michael Penix. The New Orleans Saints and the Raiders were two teams that were trying to, jump the Falcons to try and get Michael Penix, but he fell to us. And now, we're dealing with all of this. I just feel bad for the young man. He really robbed himself of, just becoming a better professional. We saw some of these things that hinder him in Washington in college, and it started to surface now at the pro level. But now with this injury, guys, it puts him back so much further back, man. So I don't know why the team feels like they need to move on from him. Still a controllable contract for a couple more years. But to Michael Penix, man, it sucks to hear news like this that we could potentially be moving on. But more clarity is needed from the team in that regard as far as that news goes.
I have a follow-up question because I've been out of the loop today. What happened? What?
Why are they in La La Land?
Why are they moving
on from Michael
He was
Penix?
petting his reindeer.
Bro, I'm sitting here and Berto's like, yeah, it's a shame. They might have to move on from Penix. I'm like, wait, what?
There was a report that came out today that the knee injury obviously worse than it was believed. Obviously, reconstructive surgery and then some. And they feel like it may be time to move on from Penix and Kirk. So it's like, what the hell did that come from? Where the hell did that come from?
He was a top 8 pick.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people that throw reports out there, whether they're valid or not. I always wait for team official news to come out and progress from there.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, no, the report was the knee injury to Falcons quarterback Michael Penix Jr. could cause the team to rethink their plans moving forward at the position, says head coach Raheem Morris. With Kirk Cousins likely gone and Michael Penix on rehab ahead, the team will likely add a starting level quarterback into the offseason. Man, look, I know I'm supposed to be
crazy.
So the head coach of the football team came out and was like, "Yeah, dude, might have to move on from Michael Penix." It's crazy.
This is crazy because he's been talking like, oh, everybody's gonna rally behind the young man and just do that. But now this report comes out. I'm like, when the hell did he say this? When and where did this report come from? So it's like, I don't know.
That's
if
crazy.
It's that JPA report, it's crazy.
Hopefully,
that screenshotted it to make a TikTok.
Hopefully, it doesn't destroy the man's confidence, man. As a young quarterback, he got his whole career ahead of him, man. And this is the last thing he needs. He already dealing with the injury. This is the last thing he needs is something mentally to attack him like this, man. So, man, shout out to Michael Penix, man. I hope we might be rivals right now, but man, it's health, man. These guys, football immortality is thin, so we play football. So, shout out to him, man. I wish him a speedy recovery, man.
Classic, man. Appreciate it.
Berto, man. I feel for you. I feel for every Falcons fan because what an absolute joke the last season and a half has been. I mean, you signed Kirk Cousins in the offseason. He thinks he's going to be your starting quarterback. You think he's going to be your starting quarterback. You give him a bag just to say you're sitting on the bench because we're drafting a quarterback top 10 with our first round pick that we could have used to build around Kirk Cousins, who you just gave a bag to. Now you might be moving on from both of those guys just 2 seasons into to getting both those guys on the team. I mean, what an absolute
It only gets better. It only gets better for the
Falcons. Can I add a little bit to that? And you guys don't have a first round pick for this draft.
Oh no. We do. Oh, no.
Oh, y'all got one?
He's on the field right now, currently tied second in the NFL by rookies and sacks, and James Spears Jr. Yeah, that means a mess.
I don't care about that pick, but
that's our first round pick.
Can he play quarterback?
Quarterback.
We got Kyle Trask.
Any points?
You know what?
Yeah, well, you know what? He could. Yeah, he almost scored a point against the Patriots there, but
real coverage, real fans.